Well, good morning. We're back in Middle Earth, and we are back with Miss Alvarell, who needs to go back up to Radlaw and defeat ruffians and free 2 more captured hobbits. Hopefully this time without dying. We'll see. I have put a call out for gear, and I did get a response from somebody. I am just waiting until he's able to log on. But a big thank you to Dan's Adventure, who offered to make some gear for my character. It's so much appreciated. And let's see. Oh, right. This morning there was some downtime for some updates. Of course, the main update being that tomorrow, December 8th, which will actually be today when you watch this video, there will be the start of the Yule Festival, which has got to be one of my favorite festivals. So, yay for that. And that will run between tomorrow and the 3rd of January. So, of course, guess who we're going to see over the coming weeks? Miss Vistula, because she's quite eager to join another festival. Other things in this update included a few changes to the Guardian. The trait to the rescue again correctly grants 100% critical chance on your next skill. This effect lasts for 2 seconds longer than charge's duration. Okay. The knockdown effect granted by brutal charge now lasts for 2 seconds longer than charge's duration. Eagle Tome items are once again usable. The skill grants they grant still require you earn Lesser Giant Eagle via trait specialization. I did not know Guardian had that, so that almost makes me interested in logging on to one of my Guardians to see what that's about. And, of course, that's it for the Guardian. There are some German localization adjustments. Just a couple of little tweaks to get the wording correct. There's a couple of small changes for player versus monster play. Mount barring hotspots now applied to creeps. March is now a channeled induction, which can be broken by damage or immediately canceled by swimming, being interrupted, or entering a mounts not allowed area. Mobilize now correctly works in combat, does not overwrite March, and does not affect your ability to block, parry, or evade. I don't know anything about player versus monster play, but I'm assuming these are good changes. I'm going the wrong way. I have no idea where I am. But I just saw a stable, so obviously we have to grab that.
Good day.
And I'm guessing this is Lintrev. Yep, it's Lintrev. Okay. So it must have been the closer quest, or yeah, the closer quest. Well, let's go back the way we want it to go. However, I am glad to have gotten that stable. And actually, I was going to say let's get on a horse, but no, we can't get on a horse. Because we got this bothersome craven. And he is being quite a bother, isn't he? And he's dead. Alright. Even though I was totally not prepared for that, he still died. A little extra steed. Oh, we haven't seen this one yet. So, this must be the free steed you get in the game now. When you get the riding skill, you have to do a little something extra, and you get the steed as a reward. That's actually not a bad looking steed. Here I was thinking it was going to be meh, and it turned out to be very much not meh. I like it. Alright. So, there's a few changes in quest and adventure areas. The big one, I think, is automatically bestowed quests that recently stopped working will now work properly again. This includes roving threats, the Gundabad Jewel quest, and others. 10 task quests have been added to each Swanfleet and Cardalin. Oh, okay. I'll have to look for those. Tasks. Ananal Bazaar task quests now specifying their titles that they are for the Habanaka of Thrain. Quest Kingstead, saddled with the stock. Horses involved in this quest are now named Wayward Horses to avoid confusion with other non-saddled horses in Kingstead. Quest text has also been updated. Delving dread effects are no longer removed from the player upon defeat. So, since I haven't done any of the delvings, I clearly don't have a character that's capable of doing that at this point. I have not any experience with that, but I think when I mentioned this to Louis, he was just a tiny bit disappointed. So I'm guessing that that's going to be more of a pain than not. I don't know. Again, I've never done them. And there was Sorchvorn, the Black Grave. And I'm assuming that's an instance, because it talks about the second and third bosses now having custom combat audio tracks. And these have been added to the playlist of the Black Grave themes housing items as well. Fladak Luilof and Astoran now have increased health and skill damage. Hotspots in Fladak's fight have been fixed to properly stack. The hotspot size in Luilof's fight have been decreased. Luilof's combat dialogue now has proper quotes. Garwin's defenses and healing capabilities have been improved in the solo and duo group sizes. Corrected an instance where Prince Amondir could sometimes be defeated before properly transitioning to the next phase of the Greyfear encounter. Okay, that's kind of interesting. It almost makes me want to try that instance out and see what it's all about. I do tend to like skirmishes, so at some point I'm going to have to try out the new skirmish, and that won't be on this character. Most likely be on Medril. And I have to figure out where Radlaw is again. Well, I'm not getting there from that direction. Are we serious? Okay, let's look at the map. Ah, go back. Go back. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have looked at the map from the beginning, huh? Alright. Go across the bridge. Up. There's a kind of a four-way there. Kind of more like a fork in the road than anything. So we're going to go this way. And this way. And now we're going the right way again. Ooh, a little bit of lag. And why am I holding down the right mouse button? Oh, I know why. Because in Guild Wars 2, I sometimes have to do that in controlling the character. Don't have to do that here. No! Oh. Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay, we're going to Lintrev. Alright? Alright. I guess we're not doing the ruffians right now, because I keep ending up here at Lintrev. Fine. We will do the quest at Lintrev. I will do the ruffians later. Apparently, Lintrev is falling. Alright, so we have a cute little hobbit village. Fine. Nearest Traverse nods a greeting to you, eager to share local gossip.
Orcs and goblins! You cannot be serious!
Orcs and goblins? You can't be serious. The Stoor vales are peaceful, and the quiet is only occasionally disturbed by the howling of wolves and the carrying on of our neighbors in Glyn Helyg, of which I assure you we do not approve. But you did not hear that from me. We're like one big happy family in the Stoor vales, and all three villages get along quite famously. Neris lowers her voice. But if I were pressed to put the villages in a sort of order, I would place Lintrev at the top, followed by Clegger, and it would be Glyn Helyg that brought up the rear. Still, I would not wish goblins or orcs upon any of my fellow Stoors. Not really. Okay. And that leads us back to Clegor. Now, Clegor's over here. And... okay. What are we going to do? Because I know we left quests behind in the other village, too. And I hate doing quests backwards. So we're going back to Glyn Helyg. Because might as well get those quests done, if that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, I can't do them that much out of order. That's a little too much. Alright, let's go look for the quests that we left behind here. I do like this town. It's definitely unique for a Hobbit village, but I guess they may do with what they had here. Derval. I have entered into a wager with old Addo Bencheth, who lives down at the bottom of the ravine in which Glyn Helyg is built. The wager is this, that a newcomer to the town can't get down to the water wheel far below us in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, no. I don't even know where the water wheel is. I'm definitely not taking a time to quest for it. At least not until I know how to get there. Alright, so while we're looking for how to best get to the water wheel. We'll run around and see if we pick up any other quests. It does not look, it looks like this leaves the village. Yeah, because that's how we came in. Okay. All right, there's the stable master. Our quest giver is up there. Oof. You need to cut down some of this bramble so people can actually see where they're going. Well, here's another quest.
Excuse me. Have you seen my father?
Excuse me, have you seen my father? You wouldn't have missed him, most likely falling over himself drunk. No? Well, if you would be so kind as to keep an eye out for him, I would be quite grateful. Alright, so while we're looking for the best path to the water wheel, we will look for this young lady's father. The water wheel isn't this way. Yeah, knowing your way around this place, it seems like it's an important thing. Especially if you don't want to fall to your death. Discarded wine bottle. You found a discarded wine bottle. Continue searching for Gil. Okay. Not that way. Nope, no. I'm looking for places I can go inside. There's Durable. Old Tipsy Gil. Okay, hello, Gil.
What? Who's there?
Oh, what? Who's there? Twins? Wait, no, they're just one of you. Oh, my daughter sent you. Well, you tell her. He pauses. I'm thinking very hard. What was I saying? Oh, right. She sent you. Isn't it time for supper already? Well, I can't seem to walk. Maybe a sip of water will help. Go fetch me a sip of water, will ya? So he wants some water. Just probably not actually what he wants, but... well, the bottle grows heavier with fresh water.
What? You woke me from a great dream.
What? You woke me from a great dream. Did you bring me a sip of ale? Water? Oh, fine, give it here. He takes a long draw of water from the bottle and then several deep breaths. After a few long moments, his eyes clear and he blinks up at you. Very well, I'm getting very weller indeed. I just need a bit more time. Go on and tell Sioned that I will be along shortly. I just need a few more minutes and a few more sips of water, that is. I wouldn't be missing her cooking for the world. Okay, if you say so.
Sobering up, is he?
Sobering up, is he? The taters will have gone cold, but at least he's on his way. Thank you for your help. Alright, so... time to get on a horse again and try to figure out our way around this town. Excuse me, I did not mean to run you over, but, you know, you are kind of sort of in the way. There's a piglet. Wandering veil wolf. And this must be the water wheel that he's talking about. I'm guessing. Alright, so up. It doesn't seem like there's going to end up being too many quests here. Unless, of course, quests pop up as you, what do you call it? As you do quests and complete them, other quests pop up, which is not an unusual activity. Alright. Now, are we allowed to ride our horse, or we have to run it?
Always more work that needs doing.
I've entered into a wager with old Addo Benchuth, who lives down at the bottom of the ravine in which Glyn Helyg is built. The wager is this, that a newcomer to town cannot get down to the water wheel far below us in less than 2 minutes. Will you help me with this wager? It's a long way down, and the bridges can be confusing, so you'll need to be clever. But don't take the quickest way down. You don't want to break your bones, after all. Are you ready? Good fortune to you. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. And it does let us do it on a horse, so yay for that. Because I don't think doing it on foot would be quite so easy. But doing it on a horse seems quite doable. You made it.
Hello, hello.
You made it down here in less than 2 minutes. Incredible. Durble said it would be impossible. He wagered me that a newcomer wouldn't be able to make it, and everyone who fails helps to fill his pocket. Finally, someone is able to do it. I guess that means I should reward you for this accomplishment. Oh, it's no bother. It's worth it to me just to see the look on Durble's face when I tell him you actually made it. And you are rude. You interrupted me. You killed my horse. Now die. Okay. So that quest is done. Now, look at the map. I think that might have been everything. I don't know. We've done the quest down here. I really don't feel like going all the way back up there to look for more quests. Alright. How far are we from Klager? Far enough that it's easier to head back. Back up to Glyn Helyg and take their stable. So, tell me something. If you play Lord of the Rings online and you do festivals, what is your favorite festival? And why? Now, for me, I would definitely say it's Yule Festival. Part of the reason is because, well, it's Christmas, and Christmas is probably my favorite holiday.
A lovely day.
Maybe followed by Thanksgiving. But I think the other reason is because one of my favorite roleplay stories that me and my friend did took place at Winterholm during Yule Festival, and it was a ton of fun. And so I have some very friendly feelings about the festival and the location of it as a result. We need to find Malmadog again. That's the lady with the kids. But yeah, I am curious to know, what is your favorite festival? Or if you don't like festivals, well, why don't you like them? I'd also like to know that. So, either way, like I said, leave me a comment down below and let me know. I see him now. I had to go off-road to find him, but I found him.
Well, it seems these are strange days indeed.
Well, it seems these are strange days indeed, Alvarell. I will not say you were right, but, well, let it be known that mayors are never to be embarrassed, especially not in their own village. And the word of an outsider must always be judged with a grain or two of salt. This is all to say one of the hunters has returned, and his tale is most peculiar. You had better hear it from him. So I need to find Flam Halor. And he is right here.
There are uruks about, stranger.
There are orcs about, stranger. Me and Druzy Begwell were out in the brush lying in wait for one of the boars of the Stoor vales to stray within reach of our bows when we saw one of the vile creatures lurking about. Well, we changed our choice of target right then and there. Not for eating, you understand? Perish the thought. But we caught him. We caught ourselves an orc. And now we need to decide what to do with him.
I left Drusi behind to guard the prisoner, so I could ask the mayor what to do.
I left Jersey behind so I could ask Mayor Torlin what to do, but if you and this ranger are up to it, I could lead the two of you back to the prisoner. It's not that far. What do you say? You left a hobbit alone with an orc. Are you mad? Let's see, 8 will, 21 morale, 88 tactical mastery. Oh, they're both exactly the same. Well, I am going to use one of them because she has no hat, and this will certainly help her out. Shield, which she cannot use yet. She will be able to use at some point. Slightly better sword. Cannot use that. Definitely cannot use that. Can't use that. Ah, okay, I will take that. Well, I mean, we have a couple of things we can use in the meantime. Anything else? Oh yes, Hobnanigans was recently. I'm pretty sure that's over now. I can probably get rid of that. Nope, that's it. But we did find a thing or two to help us out a little. Alright.
We had better follow him to his captive, and quickly.
We had better follow him to his captive, Alvarel, and quickly. The Stoors are a hardy folk, but I fear the harm an Uruk warrior might do, though he be their captive. Travel now.
Lead on, Flam. Where does your friend hold
Instance,
captive
Mark
this
of the White
Uruk?
Hand. Both Melandir and Flam Halor must survive. Oh, good. Wonderful. Okay, before we start, I might want to adjust my roll. Okay, I want to... And, yes, I want to swap to Spec 1, because if they're doing that, then I definitely want a healing spec. Okay. Just a second. And of course, that requires me be in residence. So we're going to put our attack skills up top. We're going to put our healing skills down below. Melody of Battle. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. And she has now become a full-on healer. So, let's see if we can do this. Okay. New deed, improved Herald Strike. And luckily, I was already in the process of healing them, so they still have some healing marks on them. You're supposed to be bringing us to your captive, Flan. Oh yes, oh yes. This way. We should preemptively heal. He is fine. He knows not to try anything. But more importantly, did you see those boars? They ran right past here and I would have loosed some arrows at them, but I did not want to take my attention off the captive. They were big, though. They'd have been meat enough on those bones to prepare quite a few boar meat steaks for the folk of Clegor. Tell me you saw them, and that Flam was quick enough with his bow or his knife to get them. You're sure, Jersey, that the boar meat can be brought back to the village when you're done here, but perhaps there are more pressing matters at hand. More pressing, she asked, I suppose. But still, those boar really were something, and it would be a shame to let so many potential dinners escape without at least trying. Yeah, they're hobbits. When I get free of these rats, I'll make you pay. You wish you never crossed Urstel. You have no idea what's coming for all of you. Remain alert and learn what brought Urstel and the Urks to Swanfleet. Why did you come to Swanfleet? The fighting Urkai go where they please. Nowhere is safe for you. I think you will find you are wrong about that, creature. Is that so? My boys have their orders, but once that's done, I think they'll want to stay. There's good eating to be had in this valley. Plenty of vermin. Oh, how dare you! Wait, if something approaches. Yes, that's why I'm healing you, because I figured there would be something approaching. And I probably should heal myself, too. Prevent Urstel from being rescued by the Urks. I think these newcomers must be here to rescue our captive. Let's show they have erred and badly. We will not let him go without a fight. Oh my, I think our captive is dying. What a pity. This is an Auric arrow. He dies by the deeds of his own kind. They were not here to rescue him at all. This changes nothing. You will die even more painfully than I. Urstel visibly gathers his strength, hatred flaring in his eyes. Hear me, all of you. Hear the words of Urstel. You will die at the hands of the Urkai. Sharku has made us a mighty force. Sharku, this is your leader. I hope he is stronger than you proved to be. I am not frightened of your kind, Urstel. Sharku. Saruman. Urstel breathes his last. He is dead. I hope that didn't come out of that hobbit's mouth, because they shouldn't even know that. Saruman? Why would he speak the name of the White Wizard? What did he mean by that? Ah, the Uruk said that. But still, I shouldn't even know that at this point. Not even the Uruks, well, I guess the Uruks, Saruman did make them.
Thank you for aiding my folk. It reflects well upon you and upon me.
Thank you for aiding my folk, Alvarel. It reflects well upon you that you were willing to help the people of the Stoor Vales in this, and it reflects well upon me that I called upon your assistance. That's the mark of a good mayor, you know, selecting the right person for the job at hand. I have had little to do with wizards, but I can tell from your friend's expression that these tidings of Saruman can mean nothing good. Perhaps this gift will help speed you on your way to combat this new and unpleasant development.
Why does your ranger friend just stand there, like a lump on a log?
Why does your ranger friend just stand there, like a lump on a log? Speak up, man, what has gotten into him? Perhaps he's a little baffled by what he just heard. I know I am.
I cannot believe this.
I cannot believe this, Alvarel. Can it be true that Saruman commanded these orcs to attack the folk of Swanfleet? Why would the wizard wish to do harm to the folk of Mossward? Has he ever been a watchful protector of Middle-earth? What can have changed? It must be a lie. There can be no other explanation. Let us return to Mossward and see how the people there fare in our absence. I cannot believe Saruman is capable of such treachery. There must be something else to blame for the orc presence in these lands. So now it wants me to head back to Mossward. Okay, so what are we going to do? We could head back to Mossward, or we could go back to that village where we left quests behind. Or we could go back and... No, we're gonna finish those brigands, but not yet. So. Alright.
Hello there.
We're gonna go to Mossward because I get the feeling at some point we are going to end up back at Lintrev. One would hope. Yeah, I'm a little baffled by that, myself. Kind of dragging Saruman's name into this early, although I guess at this point in the story, Gandalf already knows. I'm trying to think of the series of events. He either already suspects something, or he's already gone to Saruman and is currently trapped inside the tower. If the Earths come back, we have to be ready. A crowd of townspeople gathers. I guess we talk to this guy.
We won't be caught off guard again.
We won't be caught off guard again. If goblins and orcs seek to raid our village again, we will make them pay a heavy price for it. Scardy Binblade has been working to supply us with arms and armor, Alvarel, so we will be prepared if another raiding party comes to Mossward. Will you bring us another barrel of the weapons he has fashioned for us? I will then distribute them to the people of the village. Yeah, if I remember where his shop is. There's the healer, there's the provisions. Wow, you'd think I wasn't just recently here, like a couple weeks ago. Okay, maybe it has been enough time that I've totally forgotten where I am. Okay. Door right in front of my face. Oh, Scardy.
Aye, there's another barrel of weapons for the folk of Mossward.
Aye, there's another barrel of weapons for the folk of Mossward. You can come behind the counter to pick it up. Just don't touch anything else. Maybe I want to touch all the other things. Carry the barrel of swords to the town square. Oh, that's a little bulky. How am I supposed to open a door carrying this? If we must melt down every horseshoe and plowshare in the village, we will do so. Talk to Meneldeer, northwest of the town square. Cadogan means well, and the folk of Mossward will fight to defend their homes from goblins and orcs, and anything else that threatens them. But against wizards, I do not think they will have a very high chance of survival. I will tell you what I know of the 3 wizards, Alvarel, and I will let you judge our chances. Oh, good. Okay. Let's start with Radagast the Brown. Mendeldeer rubs his temple deep in thought. Of all the 3 wizards, I have only met this one in person, Radagast the Brown, a master of shapes and hues and friend to all good-hearted beast and bird. He wanders the wild places, secret lands known only to creatures of fur and feather, and I suppose known to some of my kin among the Dunedain as well. He seems a jovial chap to me. When I met him, I cannot believe he would turn against us. Mendeldeer shakes his head. I know little about Gandalf the Grey. They say he walks the land with the aid of an old walking stick, pipe smoke curling about the tall hat he wears, but I have never seen him. I believe he must keep to himself, choosing not to become involved in the matters of the day. My former chieftain Strider knew him, and believed him to be a kindly soul. I have never known my chieftain to judge someone wrongly, and if he had, it was not his fault, but another's. Still, I would not have believed any of the wizards could become corrupted either. Mendeldeer sighs heavily. I have always understood Saruman the White to be the most learned of the wizards, and the greatest of their order. It is said he was sent here by the powers to guide and instruct those who dwell within Middle-earth. At Isengard he lives, in a great tower built by the Númenóreans. Orthanc it is called, and I have heard it contains a trove of knowledge and learning unmatched by that of any king or scholar. Can it be that Saruman no longer seeks to protect free people in Middle-earth? I cannot believe this is so. I don't know, Alvarel. If the aims of the 3 wizards have changed, if they have been corrupted by evil, all the free people of Middle-earth may be endangered. This much we know for certain. The orcs that have come to Swanfleet believe they do so at Saruman's command. That means the White Wizard cannot be trusted. Mendeldeer falls silent. We are being observed, Alvarel. Someone listens to our conversation. Talk to Tegwin in the alley between buildings in Mossward. Okay. What? I didn't hear anything. I wasn't supposed to hear. You told me that an adventurer is supposed to remain watchful for the needs of all good folk, and how can I do that if I don't keep my eyes and ears open? All right, maybe you didn't say exactly that, but I'm sure it's true all the same. If a wizard is sending goblins and orcs to attack Mossward, shouldn't we know about it? You tell Tegwin that the best way he can help the people of his village is to keep their spirits up and help them prepare for the defenses. Okay, I'll do what I can, but I'll have you know I expect to be given more dangerous quests in the days ahead. I am an adventurer now, after all, and you and Mendeldeer are going to need all the help you can get, especially if we're up against wizards and their lackeys. Silly kid. I think you handled that pretty well, my friend. Better than I would have at any rate. I have never had much patience for children. I plan to search further afield for some clue to Saruman's purpose. Why would he send goblins and orcs to attack Mossward? I can't understand it. Will you travel to the east where the road from Inadwaith enters Swanfleet? The raiding party may have come from there and left behind some trace of their passage. I will see you again when we have both returned. Okay. So, it looks like our next step is going to be heading out of Mossward and towards Inantwaith? Okay. And how far away is that? Looks like we can head back to Lintrev and take the road there. Okay, we can do that. But that will be for next time. And until then, bye for now.